Hey guys, since fall is officially here, I wanted to share this chicken tortilla recipe with you all. If you'd like to know how to make it, just keep on watching. Hey guys, so we're going to start off with the ingredients you're going to need for the chicken tortilla soup. Of course, you are first going to need the chicken. I choose chicken breast. It's just very easy. Instead of getting like the whole chicken and you don't have to pick the bones, chicken breast is awesome. Then you're going to need some potatoes. I use brown potatoes, but you can use the red potatoes, whatever potatoes you prefer. I use about 3 or 4 potatoes, just depending on how much I want. And again, the chicken breast, I use 2 chicken breasts. The family pack comes with 4. For a family of 3, 2 chicken breasts is more than enough, but if you want to use all of it, then that's completely up to you. Whatever is your preference. And then some tomatoes. I use about 2 or 3 tomatoes, depending on how big they are. Again, it's just all depending, but usually about 2 or 3. I do use 4 or 5 carrots, and again, depending on how many carrots you want in your soup. I use the white corn tortilla, the Mission brand, but you can use the yellow ones and they'll be fine. I use chayote. I'll leave the name of how you say it in English because I just know chayote in Spanish. So and then I use green squash, which is calabaza in Spanish. Moving on, you're going to need some garlic, some cabbage, some sea salt or any type of salt, some caldo de pollo, chicken flavor, 2 avocados, a bowl, a cutting board, scissors, another bowl to put your vegetables in after you've cut them, another like cooking bowl or an olla, whatever you guys call it, a pan to put your oil in to fry the tortillas. And then aside from that, you're also going to need some, like a fork and of course like a spatula or something. So this is everything that you're going to need for your chicken tortilla soup. Okay, so you're going to get your pot that you're going to put the chicken in and fill it up halfway with water. And it doesn't matter if it's cold or warm water because you're going to have to boil it anyway. Okay, once you're done filling up the pot with water, you're going to grab your chicken and just go ahead and put it in there. Once again, we're going to use 2 pieces of chicken breast. And you're going to use 1 like a little piece of garlic. You're going to cut it in half and then just peel the little skin off. And then once you've added your garlic, you're going to go ahead and put some salt and turn on your burner. I put it in medium heat, which is a 4 for my burner, and then put the lid on top. And you're done. Okay, so the chicken that I have left over, I'm going to go ahead and grab a baggie and put the 2 pieces of chicken in there. And then go ahead and zip that up. And then once that's zipped up, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my freezer, so whenever I need to use it again. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the vegetables and go ahead and wash them. And once you're done washing the vegetables, just go ahead and cut them into medium-sized pieces, nothing too small because once they're cooked, they do like kind of dissolve if you cut them too small, just FYI. And just a little quick backstory on this chicken tortilla soup. We actually first had it, like my family and I, in San Miguel de Allende, Guanajuato, which is a very, very beautiful city in Mexico. So my parents used to take us almost every summer to go visit different cities in Mexico because the borders are so ugly. My mom is actually from Nuevo Laredo, so we used to visit there all the time, and the borders are just really ugly. But when you go deep inside Mexico, you will find very beautiful cities. But anyways, that's where we got this chicken tortilla soup. We went to a restaurant in San Miguel de Allende, Guanajuato, and we fell in love with the soup, and my mom just recreated it, and she passed on the recipe to myself. So I ended up only using 2 tomatoes because I thought 3 tomatoes was just too much. So what I do with the cabbage is I cut it in half, and then that half I cut it in half, and that's what I use. After I'm done cutting the cabbage, I go ahead and wash it. I just find it easier to wash it after it's cut. And then I go ahead and add the cabbage to the rest of the vegetables that are cut up. So I forgot to mention that I do cook the chicken for about an hour and a half. So right here I'm just making sure that everything's going good and that the chicken's cooking well. Okay, so now that the chicken is almost done, I'm going to go ahead and start peeling the potatoes. I do this right before the chicken is all the way cooked because the potatoes do turn kind of like brownish. And once again, go ahead and cut your potatoes. Do not cut them that thin because they will like dissolve in the water. Okay, so now that the chicken is cooked, I'm going to go ahead and take the chicken out onto another bowl so we can start shredding. Okay, after you've taken your chicken out, you're going to go ahead and put all your veggies in there. Go ahead and give it a nice stir, and then you're going to add some more salt to the veggies and water. So I noticed that it needed a little bit more water, so I added just a little bit more water, and then we're going to add a little bit more salt. So now back to the chicken. I'm going to go ahead and shred it. I use 2 forks. That's just easier for me because it's really hot once you take it out of the pot. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put the chicken into the pot with the veggies, and then we're also going to add that caldo de pollo seasoning. What I do is I use the lid as my measurement, as you guys can see. And then we're going to go ahead and stir it. So now I go ahead and let those veggies cook for about 30 minutes. So while the veggies are cooking, you're going to go ahead and grab your tortillas, your scissors, your paper plates, your bowl, and your napkins, and we're going to start doing the tortilla chips. So what I do is I grab about 5 tortillas and I start cutting them into long pieces. Of course, you guys are going to do it a lot better than I did. I was rushing. And then once your oil is kind of hot in the pan, you're going to go ahead and grab the strips of tortilla and just fry them until they're crispy. Once they're as crispy as you would like them to be, you're going to grab them and put them in the bowl with the napkin so that oil can go ahead and drain. So now we're going to grab our avocado and just cut it in half. This one wasn't that good. It had some dark spots inside. So the chicken tortilla soup is already done after basically 2 hours of cooking. I'm going to go ahead and serve myself and show you guys how I top everything off. Okay, so I grab the tortilla chips that we fried and just go ahead and put it on top of the soup. And then I grab the avocado and go ahead and put that on top of the tortillas. And there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if you tried this. Thank you once again so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.